Hello and welcome to the first ever Foxy Reviews video. I am Foxy, I'm also known as Steve, and in this first video we're going to be reviewing Star Wars The Force Awakens, the biggest grossing movie of all time. Now this video does contain spoilers, so if you have not seen the movie yet, stop. What are you playing at? Go and watch the movie already. What's your excuse? Have you been living as a crazy old hermit? Have you been imprisoned in carbonite? Or maybe you've just been obsessively hunting Jedi to extinction. Whatever your excuse, stop it now. Go and watch it. Till then, you can actually go and watch the same video without spoilers, and I'll put a link up down below. Great, have we got rid of all you people that haven't seen the movie yet? Have we sorted out the scruffy looking nerf herders from the Jedi Masters? Then we'll continue. Bring, brong, bring, 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 bring. To see you brings warm feelings to my heart. Maybe not. So it has happened. Something this big, a continuation to a saga we all love. In numbers, it's the 7th in the saga. This is excluding, obviously, all the spin-offs. The 4th with the original cast. The 7th with R2 and C-3PO. This is the best one. The 4th without Jar Jar Binks. The 2nd to make me physically and emotionally cry. The 1st to give me a brand new celebrity crush that I can pin up all over my wall. And yes, I did just admit that, didn't I? I cried. I cried like a big baby. I'm sure you can guess at what point of the movie I may have cried at, but we'll get onto that a bit later on. So my new celebrity crush. No. Not quite, but what a woman. This isn't funny anymore. So close. I mean, I absolutely love BB-8, and dare I say I love him a bit more than R2-D2, but more on that later. Yes! Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh, gorgeous, stunning. What else can you say? I would have her in a gold bikini in no time at all. In fact, yes, I know, my geeky friends. That is a sight to see. So yes, I did, being the big geek and Star Wars fan that I am, go dressed up to the midnight showing and Lots of people took pictures. I was one of only 3 people dressed up. I went to a screening in Bedford and had lots of pictures taken, including by the staff members. I have tried to get hold of them, I cannot, but here is a picture of me wearing it with the lovely Bonnie Langford. So, something I want to get out of the way right at the beginning is a lot of people have been moaning or berating about this film, saying it's just a rehash of the original. Now, with the original, I'm saying that's episode 4 or A New Hope, as it was retitled upon re-release. Now, true, there are so many similarities that you cannot escape the likeness to the original. Yet to berate the film because of it, saying it is unoriginal and enjoyable, a waste of time, you're just plain wrong. For a start, J.J. Abrams is a huge Star Wars fan, and he himself wished to make this film a film for the fans. One that paid homage to what made us love Star Wars in the first place. We see that with all the old style special effects, costumed creatures above CGI, and so on. So yes, it is about an unknown, insignificant girl who has nothing and knows nothing of her own worth, who then ends up going on to be the big heroine of the film, much like Luke Skywalker did. Why, she even lives on a planet which is much like Tatooine. She is hot. Big difference though. Mark, I'm sorry dude, you've never been hot. She's also not a whiny little nerf herder like Luke is. She's not constantly saying how unfair everything is, how she wishes things were different. She just gets on and makes the best out of the cards she's been dealt with. She's pretty damn good at sorting things out too. The big bad here is the First Order, which is a descendant of the Empire, and they've just as much muscle, it seems. Why, they've even got another helmeted dude who throws a strop if things don't go his way. Without getting caught into how similar the film is, just enjoy the film. The story, the new characters, the new planets and scenery. See how much this film lays the foundation down for the next 2 installments. One big difference between this and the original Star Wars film is that with this one, we all know there's going to be a follow-on, as does Disney. George Lucas was not even aware it was going to be a success, yet alone on the global scale that it has been, and thus the original film could have worked just as easily as a standalone title. Droids have always been a huge part of Star Wars. In fact, one of my early loves was a video of the animated series Droids, which followed C-3PO and R2-D2 on many crazy adventures. I used to watch the same, 3 or 4 episodes I think, on the only video of it I had over and over again. R2-D2 had such character and bravery, which of course is in huge contrast to his counterpart, C-3PO. We all fell in love with R2, with his magical beeps and whistles, which we all seem to understand. So when BB-8 was announced, the new R2, it made my pulse race. JJ has done amazingly with keeping this miniature droid real and not CGI. In fact, he is very real. The cast even said it in a recent interview. They got so used to acting with and seeing him roll around the set, they used to say hi as they passed him. BB-8 is cheeky and lovable and reminds me very much of how R2 would be if he was younger. It is BB-8 that brings about a few of the film's laughing points, of which there are many. Of course, Star Wars is not renowned for humour in abundance, yet this film had me laughing more than once, and I think this is a great move. It allows it to appeal to a generation that has grown up with the likes of the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy and other Marvel films. In fact, the humour in it is very similar. I feel BB-8 has been essential in giving this film the new injection it needed, whilst keeping to the true Star Wars formula for success. Everyone wanted an R2 unit, and nowadays everyone wants a BB-8. The fact that George Lucas was not involved has been widely accepted as a good thing. After all, he made a lot of fans disappointed with his prequels. Now don't get me wrong, I enjoy the prequels, but feel there are many things that could have been made much better, and George Lucas departed from making these films at the right moment. He has given so many new talents the opportunity to work on movies that they've loved and cherished since they were small children. and I believe these fans will create a better loved movie because in all respect, they actually probably do love it more than George Lucas does himself. My biggest thing that I always come to when I think of what George Lucas has done with the saga is the fantastic music video, What Happened to the Star Wars That I Used to Know.
Now and then I think of all the times I screwed fans over. I had them believing that the first 3 films were really done. But Star Wars will be done my way. I don't care what they have to say. I think that they should let it go, and they'll never get a Blu-ray of the Star Wars that you used to know.
You didn't have to change it all. No more puppets, no more practical effects or nothing. I don't even need your love. You treat me like a whopper and I feel so cold. No, you didn't have to sell your soul. Do we really need to watch them all again in 3D? Jar Jar was an all-time low. What happened to the Star Wars that I used to know?
FN2187, or Finn, as he has become known, is the first character we ever saw in the first ever teaser trailer. Oh my god, a black man, a stormtrooper. Such were the outcries, all forgetting that we already had that ultra cool Lando Calrissian played by Billy D. Williams, answering them critics directly that have an issue with race. Yo, bitch, Star Wars is full of aliens, illegal and not. Motherfucking illegal aliens committing murder and shit, and you're worried about a black man? Sit down. Sit the fucking ass down. Finn, or more importantly, John Boyega, such a cool dude. He is amazing. A great portrayal of emotion from John, and his excitement on the red carpet is amazing to see. He is from London, baby. He is loving it, and I personally love his character. He plays scared really well, yet his devotion to his friends and companions is what really endears him to me. Picking up a lightsaber with no force ability that we know of to fight an emo boy? Oh, seriously, you've got balls. I want to know more of your backstory and hope Disney give us that insight sometime in the future. When he was a young boy, his father gave him to Luke Skywalker to become a Jedi. He said, son, when you grow up, don't be a pussy or an emo, that's not really cool. He said, will you be a smuggler like your father and piss on Jabba's threats and kill his Sarlacc pet? Okay, so Kylo Ren, the big bad, the Darth Vader of the film. The guy that so many of my female friends are finding brooding and hot. Hey, I don't mind. Come watch Star Wars with me and drool, and I can look cool bringing a girl along instead of another one of my guy mates. Hey, check me. I know some females. So Kylo Ren, the leader of the Knights of Ren, and a prominent force in the First Order. The trailer made him look so badass and awesome. Really? Isn't that great? He's conflicted big time, and this is shown in his lack of ability to focus his strength in the Force. He's conflicted, and thus his anger and his emotions aren't fully there. He doesn't know what he feels, what he needs to do. He's torn. It is obvious he is strong, yet he ain't the big bad scary that Darth Vader was. Saying that, I like him. I like seeing the bad guy all vulnerable and conflicted. He just wants Granddaddy's love. Aww. I thought it was fairly obvious that he was going to be the son of Han and Leia, and guessed that prior to even going to watch the movie. That does not mean the movie twists are not great. Just with Star Wars being such a great, big, huge film, and when you're such a big fan, you can't help but try and guess the plot twists that are going to be thrown your way. His lightsaber is crude and cool, yet I wish they explained more how it was made. If he was trained by Luke, and he finished his training, then he would surely have made a better lightsaber as it is part of the Jedi training, instead of the mangled part piece of metal with a makeshift blade that seems like it will cut out if it started to rain. Captain Phasma. Ugh. She's actually strangely attractive in Game of Thrones, and as captain of the Stormtroopers, she's just super cool now. Gwendolyn was also a huge fan, and seeing her interviewed and her excitement is a joy to see. I don't have much to say about her in this film though, as unfortunately she isn't really in it. She doesn't kick ass, she doesn't do much at all. So I look forward to that being remedied in the next one. Dinky Winky, Dipsy, La La, Poe! Now Poe reminds me a bit of Luke, crossed with Han. Such a kick-ass pilot, a handsome man. So maybe more of Han than Luke. Okay, yes, he reminds me of Han, not Luke. Again, this is a character that is actually huge in the film, and great acting by Oscar Isaac. The torture scenes really did look intense and amazing. I'm surprised more of my female friends, though, are not wanting him on their wall, rather than Kylo Ren. I know my gay friends much prefer him. His backstory and role is another that would be great to see investigated in the future, and maybe with Rogue One, the next film being released, we will see more of Poe. Oh happy day, oh happy day, oh happy day. The cast are back, yeah, the cast are back, the cast are back, yeah, the cast are back to save the movies now, save the movies now. If I am honest, I was more excited about Han and Chewie. Seeing the duo back where they belong is amazing. The moment they walk on the Millennium Falcon and say, "We're home." I nearly cried even then. I was dubious, of course, that they could still play the characters well enough. Yet it didn't take a moment for me to forget their age and believe completely that Han Solo is back and Chewie has his back. Or does he? Chewie got shot. Chewie got fucking shot! I was worried. Chewie cannot die. Not Chewie. Please, my beloved Chewie. Luckily, it takes more than one blaster bolt to take down this walking carpet. But Han Solo? It was obvious. As soon as he went down to speak to his son, Kylo Ren, what would happen? It made it no less sad and shocking though. The tears were welling up, and it was Chewie's cry and rage that made the tear fall. To think that we were all so excited to get Han Solo back, and we lose him in the same film. Not just lost him, and he might come back, but lost him, and then he goes splat. Han no longer shoots first. Han. Han, why? Or, as Anakin goes, Darth Vader, no! But Luke, seriously? You talk in the trailer. You talk over the trailer. We expect to see you. We wait the whole movie. The whole movie. Why? Why have you done this to us, Luke? Just because you want to be some crazy ass lonely hermit on some rock in the middle of nowhere. Why did you do that? Oh, you failed a student. Boo-hoo. Do you see Yoda going to some remote place to escape everything? But still, it's the same old Luke. Boo-hoo, I've failed. I'm just gonna whine and moan. Get a grip. You know what? Kylo Ren should have been your son, not Han's. Han is far too cool, and you both are whiny babies. So we wait a whole movie to get to see you, and you don't even speak a word. What, you've become a mute too? At least recognise Rey and say hello. Well, surely he knows Rey, even if just through the Force, recognising another Force sensitive. I mean, come on, she's crazy cool. So strong and good with the Force, she puts Anakin to shame. She's a role model for females and a beautiful dream lady for the men. She's just amazing. I cannot go into detail about her character and her role because she just leaves me speechless. On a side note though, when I last went to watch the movie, it does seem that Luke does recognise her. Now, this is something I've not really discussed with anyone yet, but it looks as though Luke is standing over a tomb. There looks like there's a definite headstone and is bowed down in some sort of prayer. But when he turns and sees Rey, it definitely looks like a bit of recognition, and a tear is welling up in his eye. Now, I'd love to know what you guys think on this, because, as I say, I've not discussed it with anyone, so please do put comments on down below and give me your thoughts. So the film is epic. It is up there with the best Star Wars films, and yet until I see it another 20 odd times, I will not put it in an order of best worst of the saga. If you do want to see it again though, throw a ticket my way. I'm never going to say no to watching it again. Now, where do I think the rest of the films will go story-wise? I think Rey is actually the one of the prophecy, the one who will bring balance to the Force. I believe it was misread with Anakin, and again with Luke. She's far too powerful to not be something huge in the continuation of the story. I also hope we see more of the Knights of Ren, of whom Kylo is the leader. We saw it in the flashback dream sequence when Rey touched the lightsaber, and we saw his disciples behind him in the rain. I believe these Knights of Ren will all be the ex-Jedi of Luke that left to follow Kylo. Again, give me your opinions, give me your comments right down below. So that's it. Thank you for watching the first ever Foxy Reviews video. If you've liked it, please do click that like button. And if you've loved it, subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Get them to talk about what you think of the movie, what they think, where you think it's going to go. Let's continue this drive until the next movie this coming December 2016. If you want to see more reviews, they're not all movie reviews, they're life reviews, then please do subscribe, and I will be keeping you updated on what I think of everything in life. If you've got something you would like me to review, then please do comment below and I will try and add it into a future video. All that's left for me to say is thank you. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you.